The world has changed dramatically in the past 50 years, and the way we handle international development and humanitarian issues has had to keep pace. We've seen maps change colour and borders shift, the thawing of East-West relations, breakthroughs in agriculture and food production, and a more crowded planet. We've seen the rise of the global market and free enterprise and increased economic wealth, but with it, the scourges of pollution, climate change, and growing inequality. During all this upheaval, ODI has been making sense of an ever-changing world and finding ways to ensure that no matter what, the poorest people aren't left behind. Over the past half-century, we've been working hard to advance knowledge, shape policy, and inspire practice on development and humanitarian issues. We advance knowledge by conducting cutting-edge research on what's really happening in developing countries and what works in poverty reduction and humanitarian action. Our research programs find answers to difficult questions, from what makes aid effective to how best to work in fragile states. We shape policy by sharing our knowledge not only with policymakers and researchers, but activists, practitioners, and the general public. Our work is relevant and timely, just what governments and international organisations need to make well-informed, effective decisions. And the real challenge is making things happen. Research must be backed by action from those determined to reduce poverty and suffering across the world. Finally, we inspire practice. In other words, help people do what they need to do. We have a network of ODI fellows working with government ministries across the developing world. Young, world-class economists sharing their knowledge to shape policy and practice. And we help international non-governmental organisations make a real difference by providing practical advice, facts, figures, and analysis. We can advise on how to respond to humanitarian crises, take the lessons learned in growing crops from one country to another, show where and how tourism benefits the poorest. The list goes on, always learning the lessons of the past to help build a brighter future. Of course, the world is still changing, but through sharing knowledge and working together, we believe we can change it for the better.